Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Pam and I am an African mom living in Canada. And today I want us to have a real and honest conversation about something that many of us parents have to face when we are abroad. That is raising kids abroad.
What's nothing different?
So anyway, it is a beautiful experience, but it comes with all its unique challenges. So why don't you grab a cup of coffee and let's just dive into it.
I want to roast it. I think it's slightly crispy. Both. Is it one? I think. What is it? What do you think? Like a regular burger?
It's okay. Number one, trying to keep our kids connected to our culture. In my case, our culture, we have two in this house. So I am a Zimbabwean, Shona, and my husband is Nigerian, Yoruba. Say go go,
Go go.
baba,
Papa.
mama,
Mama.
mangwanani,
Mani.
maneru,
Manayu.
sadza,
Shasha.
muriwo,
Miwo.
matumbu,
Matumbu.
makumbo,
Bunga.
maoko,
Gomoka.
musoro.
Maswolo.
Where is musoro?
Nah.
Look at musoro. Say musoro.
I just say that.
You cannot say that.
Yeah.
Why? Is it hard?
No.
It's hard?
No.
It's not hard.
No.
Say musoro.
Maswolo.
Musoro.
Maswolo.
High five. High five. Good job. Cultures as well. But teaching them the language, the traditions, the values, it is really, really, really important. But sometimes it feels like it's an uphill battle because they are just surrounded by different culture every day. It's hard. Imagine that they are in school and they spend 3/4 of their day, come back to a house where we now have to instill our values, our cultures into them. So it really needs us as parents to be balanced and to be understanding as well. But on the other hand, we still need to do our best. Number two, lack of extended family support. Let's face it, when we are back home, we have everything. I said it in my other video. It takes a village to raise a child in an African community. So everybody is involved. It's no time that you not have time to go to your grandparents or your grandparents visit or you are staying with your grandparents. You have family members coming from different places, you visit them as well. You have uncles, you have aunties who are there to raise your kids. When you are not available, when you are sick, when anytime your relatives are there to just give you a hand. But here is just us. So you don't have any hi, I'm here, any surprise visit. There's nothing. You have maybe all your whole family have come to where you are, like their whole families are there in that country, so it's so much easier. But many of the parents, they don't have. They have to just rely on themselves. And people, they are privileged and some people, they are not. Much easier for kids to be connected, for the families to be connected. We have so many things that we do together as a family. We have family functions. It can be a wedding, and mind you, African weddings, they are not small weddings. It's like huge weddings. So even if you have not seen somebody for years, even if your kids do not know people, maybe you've not been able to meet some people or some family members because of distance or other problems. But when it comes to events, when it comes to family functions, this is where we meet, and that is how like we get connected, and that is how even our kids get to know their cousins, their sisters, their nephews, and on and on and on. But here we are on our own. Like, I don't think they even understand what does it mean to have a cousin, or what does it mean to have a niece. For me, I grew up in an extended family, so I enjoyed every bit and part of it, because even right now, the cousins, my nephews, everybody I grew up with are still close. We are still connected to the phone. We talk, we chat. But for my kids, they don't. So for many families as well, they don't. And this is another challenge that we face when we are abroad. Number 3, balancing expectations. So if people have never traveled to where you are, they will really not understand what's going on with you. Like, what do you mean you cannot visit? Because anytime you're speaking on people on the phone, what they ask is, when are you coming? When are you coming? And every time you're like, oh, I'm not coming this year. Oh, we don't even know when we are coming. So sometimes they don't even understand why. And sometimes our relatives, they don't understand that your child cannot speak Shona. How is it your child cannot speak Yoruba? Why are you not teaching your kids? Or as much as we want to make everybody happy, but it's so stressful for us. So imagine this. If my relative is asking, why is it that your child doesn't speak Shona? Well, everywhere all they hear is English. Okay, doesn't mean that we cannot teach them. Yes, we do teach them, but they may not be fluent, but be a bit challenging. The house, like me and my husband, we speak English, and then these kids now, it gets so hard for them to now want to learn Shona, want to learn Yoruba. We speak it in the house. Number 4, budgeting or financial strain. Okay, so let's just be honest. Raising kids is expensive anywhere you are in the world. It is just expensive. And now doing it abroad can even be more worse. For example, if you have a toddler and you're going to work, you need to pay for daycare. But like, even if you have kids who are above daycare, like who are above 5, someone needs to come and babysit them, or maybe they have to go for extra curriculum activities, which you need to pay for. Those costs can pile up, because if your child wants to do swimming, you have to pay. Wants to do skating, you have to pay. They want to do this, you have to pay. Apart from that, they have school trips as well, and these school trips, they can be going to this place, let's say for skating, right? Wherever they go for skating, you're going to pay for it. So I know every parent, our kids, they need stationery at school, and we have a choice to go to different stores to compare prices. But like, imagine you get a list of 40 or 50 items that you need to buy, and now you have to start thinking, okay, I'll go to this store and then I'll buy this, and then if they don't have this, I'll drive to another store, I'll buy another one. The challenge there is that they'll pay you with a company that can offer you everything. It supplies everything, and you just go to their website and you choose everything that you need. They already have everything that the child needs, so you just put your child's name, your address, and the school and the grade. So the grade is the most important thing, because they have a list of every grade. If you're in grade 2, they have a list and how much it's gonna cost. If you're grade 7, they have a list. So everything, you just go and tick everything you want. And even if you see something that is cheaper, you can decide to say, okay, I've seen it cheaper somewhere. But guys, like, nobody has time to be driving to one shop after another. We know how it feels, how it is, wasting of fuel, wasting of time. I've tried that and I was not successful. So you end up just using the company, and then there is another extra charge from the company, which is for shipping. So at the end of the day, yes, you're going to spend money that you were not thinking you're going to spend, and that's it. And if your child is maybe grade 7, you have to use laptop from school, and they give you an option: buy the laptop for yourself so that your child can use, or they can use from school. So if you use from school, that your child has to take care of that laptop. If anything happens to it, you have to pay. Like in our case, if anything happens to the laptop that my son is using, 500 is gone. Like, yes. At the end of the day, when you add all the expenses together, even though here we don't pay for schools, but yeah, you feel it when it comes to pay for different things put in together. Another thing is, if your kids are taking a bus to school, obviously you're going to pay for the school bus. Unless you are going to be driving your kids and picking them, which is difficult for some parents, especially if you are living far from the school. So you're far from the school, they will check your address, okay, if your child needs a school bus. Number 5, finding the right community. It's always difficult to have the right community for us, especially Africans. So many people, when they arrive, they just start forming their own communities or start joining communities. It just depends. Some communities, they involve everything with culture. They learn so many things. They learn languages, they learn dances, they learn songs, and it just depends. So it's not like it's something that they do every day. Sure that we have our own attires, Nigerian attires, wear on occasionally, whether we are going. Everybody has to wear them, and trust me, it's not easy, because the other boys, they are like, no, I don't want to wear that. No, you have to force them. Like, no, you have to. It's part of your culture. So you just wear it and you take pictures, and then you remove it. So it always works. But I doubt it's one way that help the kids to stay connected to their culture. Number 6, discipline. Let's talk about it. So discipline differences. Discipline here is another area where things are so different. Back home in Africa, discipline is often more structured and sometimes stricter, right? With an emphasis on respect and obedience. But here, the approach to discipline is more lenient and focuses on more positive reinforcement. So, for example, if a child misbehaves, it's common to give them go to timeout, go to your naughty corner, go to your room, or just have a calm conversation. But back home, this is what you hear: spare the rod, spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child. So when you are here now, to keep the balance, because even just shouting at a child, even if it's screaming at a child, even just raising your voice, you are now abusing the child. It's too harsh. So as African parents, it's really hard to start having to look for balance between staying true to our values and adapting to the normals here, what they call normal. Other thing that I've seen parents do is they now start letting go of discipline because they are scared the authorities will come and take the kids. So I want to encourage you not to be scared. These are your kids and you know what is best for them. As long as you do it in love, you are not okay. We blend our cultures, okay? We do try and blend our cultures. So when I'm cooking like all this, our normal food for back home, I try to encourage my kids also to come and help me cook, to come and watch what I'm doing and encourage them to eat. So it's something that can help as well. If you're having a challenge like that, you get them involved in everything you're doing. If it's music, my husband loves music, so sometimes you put his Yoruba music and you ask the kids to dance to it, and you find the kids, they are starting to dance even if they are shy, or even if though they don't understand the language, but they still start getting used to it. So it's something that is working as well. So besides just cooking our own food, normal food, which is cultured, we also have time to make pizza. Let them make it, all these English things that they hear their friends talking about, we include it as well, and they do it as well. If they want to cook, we give them a chance, like, okay, you want to cook, take over the kitchen, let me see, let me guide you and all that. And we have seen that it always helps. And then when it comes to culture, if you don't have any supportive community around, maybe people from the same country or values with, they are not around, or people whom you share your culture with, they are not around, it's always also good to find people through Facebook page. Another option that I found useful is that since I cannot speak Yoruba, another way I can teach my kids is there are so many things that you can check on YouTube. There are some channels that are teaching cultures, so I go to some YouTubers, okay, Yoruba or any language you want, you find it and you just play it, and before you know it, they start knowing small things, not everything, but at least they'll be connected. So anywhere you are, even in the car, my husband will always play like Yoruba music sometimes, even if I also don't understand, but I just let it be because it will help the kids. Just stick to your own parenting that you used to do back in Africa, or how people train their kids back in Africa. When you are in Rome, you do what is in Rome, but also you continue to hold on to your own values. So it doesn't mean that the discipline that you will do, because obviously we know some kids, if you say go to a neutral corner, they don't even understand what do you mean. It does not even make sense. Do whatever we can so that we can help our kids to continue to have the value and the respect that you want them to have, and also to be responsible, right? And we just do it in a loving way and in a supportive way that your child will not resent you, because many of us parents out there ask, which they can show their kids that, see this mark, it's my grandfather, it's your grandfather or it's your grandmother who gave me this mark, and we don't want that for our kids. And as that we have of how we were disciplined, we don't want to put it on our kids. So we should always remember that, okay, whatever discipline we are going to give our kids is supposed to be not harsh, but they should understand why they are getting the discipline. Parenting abroad is not a destination, it is just a journey. We continue to grow and we'll face some different challenges, difficult challenges, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be worth it. So just know that it's okay to make mistakes. Kids will make mistakes. We also as parents will make mistakes, but we learn and we grow and we continue to grow. Again, training kids it can be overwhelming, like for real. It can be overwhelming. Try to give yourself some time out, because you cannot do it. You cannot continue to give from an empty cup. So you need to fill your cup first before you give. So I'm encouraging you that when it's time to take a rest, just take a rest. When it's time for you to just take a break, just take a break. And if you just need that quiet moment whereby I'm just tired, I don't want to shout, I don't want to scream, let me just be on my own, give yourself that time as well, because you need it. And above all, if you have your partner, your spouse, it's good to work together and see what is working, what is not working. Don't ever feel that, oh, this one thinks they know best, this one thinks he knows best, or this one thinks she knows best. Both of you, when your parents, are doing your best. So if you know that, oh, this will benefit my family, you talk about it and try and execute it. If there are other things that you can see that, no, this one can destroy the family, you can say, oh, you know what, let's talk to my partner, this thing can put us in trouble. There's no harm in doing that, because when these kids are in school, trust me, there's a lot of stuff that they learn and they hear and they want also to execute when they are home. So we are tried in different ways. But anyway, even though it's a constant juggle between teaching the kids respect and responsibility, want to do or do it out of love. Guys, Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in my video. Thank you guys for watching until the end. If you have any comments, if you want to contribute anything, I'll be so honored if you do so in the comments. And if you have any topic you want me to talk about, please drop it in the comment as well. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you in my next video.